JJ. Good to have you back. Haven't talked to you since we had a crash and then a massive recovery that took a lot of people by surprise. I think both directions did. How'd you handle it, bro?
Oh, indeed, indeed. How are you doing, Coach? Good to,
Good, man. Good, buddy.
yeah, thank you for having me. Um,
It's always good
oh,
to have you. So,
yeah,
what?
the crash was very hard to help people trade through that, or
Yeah,
actually not trade if they didn't have the skill.
yeah.
It's a horrible thing to tell people, you shouldn't be in this. Because they want to trade, they want to make money, but if you don't have the skill to trade that kind of volatility, just stay out. And the brokerage firms do a good job of keeping you out by raising, day trade margin just disappears, right?
Okay.
So that helps, but it's been
I really
yeah,
don't think it's a terrible thing to
I don't either. I don't either.
advise people to
Yeah,
uh, be out because risk and
yeah,
overnight
yeah.
stuff can leave
Retail.
big dents in the car.
Oh, exactly. And retail doesn't want to hear it, but you have to tell it because we're here to tell the truth. And so that's been it's been an interesting market again. I'm not sure if you guys can see my chart. I hope you can, but
We got it. Yeah,
okay, yeah, it's if we look at that weekly, it's another great margin robbery, just like COVID. You know, we flushed out all the margin longs, put them in back into wholesale hands and right back up higher, which is a trademark of this market that has limited supply. I'm sure if you check the positions on Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, all the big, large numbers, they probably, if you looked at the, what is it, not the 20 Fs, the quarterly reports that hedge funds file, is it 13 Fs? Something
yeah.
like that that tell you, how much they sold. Positions didn't move, right? Because they're holding them for 3, 4 decades. So it just flushes out all the people who use margin to buy, who are in swing positions on a margin basis. They haven't paid for their stock in
Isn't
cash.
that happening again right now?
Right
I've
now,
heard margin debt's been increasing over the last couple of weeks.
it
Maybe
it
not to the same levels,
it
but
it,
it,
it probably could. We really do need a liquidation. This market's a little out of control to the upside, but hey, who am I to judge? Uh, you know,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
watching this thing, watching for a gap fill. We've got a poor low, which shows that the market is bid at that low at 33 quarter. And you get when market profile shows you a poor low, and I'll go and kind of zoom in on it. It's just when you have that one tick of excess, you got a poor low before a gap fill, which is pretty interesting because that just shows you that they're all bids just lined up here in that gap waiting. And we'll see. Hopefully, the point of control moves down, and then we maybe break that low and fill the gap. I think it's healthy to fill gaps. I don't like markets that have unfilled gaps, and we got 3 or 4 underneath us right now.
Yeah.
So this market's kind of the structure is a bit like a giraffe walking up a ladder backwards.
Okay.
The
So
only thing is,
you're feeling like, and a lot of the, kind of like trash, like coals, um, you know, uh, GameStop type of stocks have
yeah,
really been going doubling in a
yeah,
week.
the speculation is back big time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can feel it, with the newer traders, they're getting in there. I read an article in the Wall Street Journal saying how people are now speculating on Forex at 500 to 1 leverage.
Wow. You
So
can't get that in the US.
no, no, and that's a good thing. But over here in the UK, coach, you should see how many what they say is, they say use the CFDs and spread betting because it's tax.
Free.
There's no it's tax, but you still have to make earnings to pay taxes, right?
Right.
And
Right.
these people are just getting wiped out. The other thing over here is they allow you to transfer money between your bank account and your brokerage account instantly. So people will get into a bad position and just keep wiring all the money out of their bank account to hold the position.
Wow.
Whereas in the
That's
US, that
yeah.
doesn't happen. It takes a couple of days for a wire to hit, or at least a day, right? So you have to close out at the end of the day. here I've seen people just drain their bank accounts holding on to bad positions because they have no risk management. And I'm really glad you guys are having a risk management, educational thing, because that nobody likes to talk about risk management because it seems really boring until you blow up your account, you know?
Yeah,
Uh,
I've done it.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, I've
you know what?
actually,
A lot of the market wizards. I've interviewed
yeah.
Schwager,
Oh yeah.
and so
That's a good guy.
most of the horror stories, even with guys that ended up making
Yeah.
being written about in his books,
Yeah.
was not having hard stops in.
Yeah. Definitely.
And
Definitely.
so, I don't know how many times people have to get hit in the head with a ball peen hammer to not have this thought come out of their head or even speak it. I think I'll watch it for a while.
Yeah, I have this thing now that I try and teach people, and I go, you know what? There's a business reason for the trade, and there's a business reason for where you put your stop. Your stop is like an insurance policy. So if that business reason gets violated, why would you still commit capital to that business transaction? You know, and you try and get them to visualize it, and it's helping, but it's slow, because you still having to overcome a lot of bad habits and emotional type of trading, because a lot of traders are emotional because they really don't understand the underlying business. And, we really try and teach them to understand why the business reason for the trade is happening. So you take it and then you have your stop, which is insurance. And also your stop gives you information. Am I trading too early? Am I getting sucked in? Sometimes it can be just you get stopped out because, a stray order. But the stop tells you a lot and it can help you actually manage your trading day. Like if you're getting stopped up, 2, 3 times in a row, maybe take a step back. You're obviously not in the groove. You're missing something. Learn from your stops. That we're trying to educate people to sort of be a bit more, mechanical about their trading. Like when when you were on the floor, as I was on the desk, you know, if you were long something, you'd put some sell orders out, right? Like
Yeah.
lookout offers to see if they get taken, then that there's appetite higher, right?
Yeah.
And conversely, I'd use a lookout bid. I'd throw a market maker on the bid at 5 and say, it's there for 500 and a call. When you get hit, tell me how much, who hit you and what they showed you, right? But you don't get that sense of urgency in screen-based trading. So what I try and do is teach people how to um, have a method for their execution. So their execution, when things go wrong, they are automatically trained to get out of bad situations, like a pilot is trained to get out of a bad situation, so they don't freeze.
Well,
Uh,
I'll give everybody a little bit of a preview of what I'm going to be talking about when it comes to risk management. I think that traders have to answer three questions before they click their mouse to enter a trade. They have to know, what is the reason for this
mhm.
trade? Is it a market breaking out through resistance? Is it a formation? You have to have a reason. The more reasons, the better if you have confluence. Okay. So if you've identified what's getting you in the trade, if that's negated, you should be out. So that's where your
Exactly.
stop is. If it's
Yeah.
negated, you
Yeah.
should be out. And the third question is, when I'm right, what am I looking for? Uh,
Exactly.
am I am I risking 70 to make 40 pips? What's the potential of the trade that gives you your R to R?
Yeah.
So if you haven't answered those questions before you enter a trade, you're unprepared for managing the risk. You're unprepared for knowing even why you're in a trade. So you
Exactly.
can't know if a trade's going wrong if you haven't identified the reason for that was compelling for you to take risk. And you also have to have a target. You can have a
Yeah.
few targets, but
Yeah.
have some type of goal for the trade.
Exactly.
So anyway,
Exactly.
that's a preview for August 7th.
Oh, that's great. I'm
So
glad more people
I
are
know.
talking about it, you know.
Yeah, so the three questions, huh? It's like three drives to a top, three drives to a bottom. They have three reasons to do a trade. Love that
Exactly.
number.
Yep, it's a great number.
Anyway, so what are you thinking? I know you think that we're a little bit like the giraffe walking backwards. Do you think that there's the Fed could be behind this market finally having a correction? Could it be
I hope
weak data
I
this
hope we
week?
I hope I either hope somebody flubs earnings or the Fed or somebody says something and we get a little bit of liquidation. The problem is too is month end is what, Wednesday or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Thursday is the last trading day of the month. So this is a in the old days this would be a T plus three short squeeze, but uh yeah, I really I hope the Fed says something. Um but I have no idea what they're going to say because I'm not a macro guy and I don't have the knowledge.
Yeah.
So, I sit here and my big belief in times like this, because there's so much news, there's so much data. What I've been telling people is to trust the chart. You know,
So would you sell a rally if we got one to your VWAP
I
level up there?
I don't like right now. I'm long 35 and I'm selling into the 38s and 39s.
Okay.
Yeah, because what I do is I build a little position, in this blue area, which is my balance, right? And I build a little position in here. And as soon as it starts to move, I look to see where they sold before by the tops of the other candles, and I put sell
Got
orders
it.
out, right?
Okay.
And then I'm out now. You know,
Okay.
I'll take on 3 to 5 contracts on the ES. I'll take 3 to 5 points. I'm lucky if I get five. I'll take 3 points on 5 contracts all day, every day. And because I trade for income, I'm a grinder. You know,
Okay. Yeah.
just keep hitting those little solid one base hits, and it adds up. It adds up. I had this old Italian client who said, "Listen, kid, don't be greedy. A million here, a million there. It adds up." When we were doing
Yeah.
deals, you know,
Yeah.
you know, it, you would always get cheap stock, and you'd get stock at a nickel. It'd go to 15 cents. He's out. Then it would go to a dollar. He'd go, "That's okay. It can go without me." Next deal.
Well, at least he'll still be called kid instead of pops.
I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there.
You should be, he must really be a pops to call you a
Oh yeah,
kid.
yeah.
All
This
right.
was a
Yeah.
while ago.
All
I'm
right. Yeah.
57 now, so I'm getting a
Yeah.
little long in the tooth. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, go to a dentist.
Yeah.
Anyway, so anything new with your businesses you want to report? What's going
Well,
on? And
yeah, just getting ready for the next coaching class. I'm going to be starting a new coaching class in September,
hmm
where I do one-on-one mentoring. I do a lifetime mentoring program for people
oh,
who, yeah. So a lot of courses and things like that. I find that, you sell them to people and they don't get the sort of aftermarket support, or after sales support. So I'm with them for life. You sign up with me and we work until we get you profitable. And I basically haunt you until you are.
okay.
And yeah, and there's no time limit on one-on-one coaching. So it's good. And I've seen good success over the last 3 years with it. So just getting ready
Well,
for that and
how about the IPO you're working on?
working on it's taking time. The lawyers and the lawyers and the investors are it's kind of like herding alligators doing these IPOs. When you're doing it
Yeah.
without the support of an investment bank, you just kind of wrangling people, but they're going well. They're going well. It's just slow. And I've learned one thing in those deals, that you have to do them slow and do them right. It's like building the foundation of a house. If you rush them, all sorts of crazy stuff happens. And you get things like DTC chills where they chill the stock and all sorts of stuff if the legal work hasn't been done properly. And so it's just best to take the time and build
Yeah.
it out. Build it, they will
Sounds like
come.
a sounds like a nightmare to me. Anything regulated. So how about I bet a lot of your friends, if you still have any from Vancouver, have had quite a year with what's happening in mining,
Oh yeah.
uranium,
Oh
gold,
yeah. They're happy.
copper.
They're happy. They are happier than hell. Then you'll see them all celebrating with new houses that their next ex-wife can take away.
Yeah,
They'll be
right.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
they're doing well. Mining is a tough business. It's either feast or famine. So
yeah.
things are going well for the hard rock miners now, and it's good because I've done mining deals, and boy, they are, sometimes in bad environments. Oof, I had one of my
Yeah,
clients drill for oil when it was $17 a barrel, and against everybody's advice,
yeah,
and put $5 million into a dry hole. It's like, what was the point of that?
yeah, yeah. They're risk takers.
Hmm.
They're like, well, farmers are too.
Exactly.
I mean, almost any business nowadays. Any view on, what's happening in the country and tariffs and all the different wars that you're seeing? You've been around. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen a climate that we
No,
have in the world like this?
no, I have never seen anything like this. And the funny thing is, the market just keeps barreling ahead,
Yeah,
ignoring it. They put out so much bad news every week that you think that this would be a table pounding short, but the chart is telling you don't. You know,
yeah.
I never. I've done it a couple of times. I've shorted the front side of the move, and shorting the front side of the move just gets you in so much trouble until the sellers have a reason to lower price. There's no reason to be short. You know,
Okay.
um,
And
I,
you still feel that way.
I do, I do. I mean,
Okay.
I'm a scalper, so I'm not holding long
Doesn't
positions.
matter. Yeah, it
But
doesn't
even
matter.
I will not short the front end of the move because the front end of the move is for size traders to move their inventory off into retail buying,
Okay.
right?
So you're really only playing the long side. You're
I
looking
don't.
for buys
Yeah, until they
only.
change the structure of the market, I do what we call
Yeah,
the look below and fail. I'll
yeah.
scalp short, right? Just to keep my skill up because my shorting skills last year were really bad because I never did any. But I like to scalp short. I like to scalp the backfill, like, if we were, you hit 40 and a quarter right now and you sell maybe 39 and a half, put your stop at 40 and a half, and then, try and bid it at 37. But if there's no seller, I'm gone. I watch the offer like a hawk. As soon as that offer starts lifting and I'm short, I'm gone. I'm like a cockroach in a New York apartment when you turn on the light. As soon as that offer starts to lift, I just disappear. There's no reason for me to be short when the offer is moving higher against you.
Hmm.
You've lost your seller. When you've lost your seller, you've got to flatten out.
Yeah. Tony Montana would call you a cockroach.
Definitely. He
You
also
know,
said yeah, he also
go
said
ahead.
he also said don't get high on your own supply.
Yeah, and
And
yeah, see, he broke, see how his risk management was poor.
yeah, exactly.
Wasn't it? Anyway, he buried his whole face in a pile. So Jim Valentine wants to know how to get a hold of you. Okay,
Oh,
Mandy VWAP Trader on Twitter.
yeah, I'm VWAP
That's
Trader
a
One on Twitter. There you
VWAP
go.
Trader One.
Yeah.
Are there any other places you're
Yep.
taking communications?
Trader One on X, and yeah, I'm also at the Trading Syndicate. That's our room.
Okay. All right. So they've got it.
Yeah.
They've got at least the trading syndicate. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So are you a made man in the syndicate?
Today I haven't got my button
Uh,
yet.
all right. Anyway, I'm glad you made it here today,
Thank you,
JJ.
Coach. I love being with you guys. It's I always learn something when I come on this. I'll
Yeah.
kind of come on early and lurk around and listen to your other guests. So
Okay. Well, that's our team. I call them the dream team. A
that's
bunch
good.
of legends hanging out, batting the ball around. So great talking to you. We'll get back together in the fall. And in the meantime, I hope you have another successful round of taking students and having them avoid stepping on the landmines and
Definitely.
managing risk. And best of luck to you and
Th-
your people, JJ.
Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of the summer.
Okay, buddy. Thank you
Bye
very
bye.
much. Saloon likes you, and he's not easy to please. And so that's a wrap, everyone. Remember, don't just count your VWAPs, count your blessings. See everyone tomorrow. Join the team in about mm, 20 minutes on the morning edge. And most of all, everyone, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. And I'll see everyone tomorrow. Adios. You're welcome. You're welcome, Hugo, Mandy, everyone. Good luck today. Adios. And thanks again, JJ.
Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with Forex Analytics. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like these videos, share them, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the content that we provide here for free. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.